What's up, everybody? Thank you for checking out this episode of Chewin The Rag. Before we get started, I just want to give a couple of quick shout outs. First and foremost, Serenity Landscaping Services. Guys, if you are in the Albany area and you have a big landscaping project, or maybe just you need somebody to mow your lawn once in a while, reach out to Serenity Landscaping Services at 518-331-0774 and let them know that Chris from Chewin The Rag sent you. Again, it could be a big landscaping project. It could just be somebody to take care of your lawn for you a few days a month. I apologize. Serenity Landscaping Services, 518-331-0774. Another quick shout out, again, if you are in the Albany, New York area, Rite. Rite does plumbing, drain, sewage, all your plumbing needs. It could be as simple as your toilet won't flush, or maybe you had some pipes burst in your basement like me, and you need them to come out. They don't hit you with those weekend fees, those holiday fees that other plumbing companies might hit you with. They always try to sneak that right in the end when you're paying your bill. Rite is very honest. They are upfront and they will let you know this is what you're paying. It's up to you to pay it. Give them a call at 518-649-0921. And same thing, let them know that Chris from Chewin The Rag sent you. If you are like me, and you are a caffeine addict, pretty much, I highly suggest Dubby. So I partnered with Dubby. They're a clean energy company. They just do powders. I have it right here. I can show you. I'm wearing a Dubby hat, literally. This right here. If you're on YouTube, you can see. I use it all the time. That's pretty empty. Probably should re-up soon. Dubby, it's jitter-free. I drink it in the morning before I have my coffee, to be honest. So I'll start with Dubby, and I really don't touch my coffee until like on my way home. And it's not because I need it. It's just because it's there. I made it, so I'm gonna have it. Give it a shot. They just introduced rather individual sample packs. So you don't have to get the tub like I have here. You can get the individual sampler. And with my code, you get it pretty cheap. So if you go to dubby.gg, grab a sample, try it. If you like it, then you can get yourself a tub. They have shakers on there. They have an anime shaker that they're discontinuing. So if you get it now, you'll be one of the few people that have one of the last remaining ones. They've got t-shirts, merch. If you do like their product and you want to support them, you can grab merch. Like I said, I'm wearing a hat right now. It's got the smiley face on it, and on the back, on the strap there, it just says "Be Better." It's whatever. It's just a little dad hat. But go to dubby.gg and use promo code Chewin. That's CHEWIN. There's no G. Dubby.gg, promo code Chewin at checkout, and you'll get 10% off your order. And then, like I said, they got the sample packs. So it's really, those are probably like $13-14, and then you get the 10% off with me. So you're paying little to nothing to at least try it out. And then if you like it, you can get the tub. While you are here, if you would please follow and support the podcast. I'm on Instagram at Chewin The Rag, Facebook.com/ChewinTheRag, YouTube.com/@CTRPod. If you go to ChewinTheRag.com, all the links are there. And if you are into gaming and watching streamers and whatnot, I also do a little bit over at Pinchworm Gaming on YouTube, which again will be at ChewinTheRag.com. If you go to ChewinTheRag.com, all the platform links are there. And whatever platform you choose to listen to the podcast on, please be sure to subscribe, rate it, leave a comment. Comments are always fun. If you're on YouTube, just leave a YouTube comment. I try to respond back to the majority of people that do comment on there. But also, I think Spotify has a comment option or a suggestion option. If you have anything at all that you would like to see, you could also email me at ChewinTheRagPod@gmail.com. I answer fan submitted, like listener submitted questions, any suggestions you might have for the podcast that you would like to see, or if you have somebody that you think would be good on a podcast that, if you have a streamer that you might like, anything at all, small business owner, something that they have something to promote and you think they'd be a good guest, suggest them. I'll reach out to them. And also, there is a link in the description of this episode to donate money to help the kids. There's a children's cancer awareness GoFundMe going on right now. and I will be putting the link right in the description. If you have a couple dollars, skip a cup of coffee, throw it toward the kids. There's a big charity event going on in September that I'm trying to help raise money for as well. So link in the description, donate your money, and thank you guys for checking out this episode. All right, we got to figure it out. What's going on, buddy?
Hey, how's it going?
Not too bad. How are you?
I'm doing well, man. Doing well.
All right, excellent. My guest today, before we get too far into it, is McQuaid, or better known on Twitch as Absoky. So pretty much people before they ask, because this is, like I said to you, it's really, I do a lot of local stuff. So they're gonna hear your accent and be like, "There's no way in hell he's a local guy." We met on Discord through a company we're both affiliated by. I really like the things you stream. I like the way you interact on your stream more than anything, because to me that's like one of the more important parts of streaming. So we met on Discord, and yeah, I just wanted to talk to you about how you got into it and the games you stream and everything in between there, really.
Yeah, man. So, the accent. I'm from the nice Appalachian range of Kentucky. So, southeastern. So that's where the accent comes from. A lot of people mistake it for like Texas, surprisingly. So, I don't get the correlation there, but so Kentucky. I started streaming early May, so I'm actually fairly new to the game. But man, I wanted to start streaming like with a basis of really interacting and building that like nice community, like like bullshitting around a little bit.
Right.
So just everybody being able to come in, chat. We started off streaming League of Legends. So, and that has surprised me the most actually, because that community is so toxic. Like you're at a game and you make one mistake, you're getting flamed. But oddly enough, that has kind of been the basis of building my channel and my stream. People have been supportive, almost to my disbelief that people have been willing to kind of come in and support. But now I'm starting to kind of branch out a little bit more with Diablo and a game called Green Hell, and just trying to take viewer recommendations at this point too.
Yeah, no, I notice, because a lot of people are streaming like Warzone. A lot of people are streaming, even Fortnite's kind of bouncing back with zero builds and like first person shooters and everything. So when I went to your channel, I don't know anything about League. I'm not gonna lie. I have a couple buddies who play it. I never got into it. I know a little bit about Diablo more. But just watching you guys play League, because I've popped into your streams a couple times now. Just watching you guys play League and just talking to everybody in your chats, it is really like welcoming 100%, and that's huge in a game that can be toxic.
Yeah.
Even like if you go on like TikTok, for example, and I'm just scrolling through the algorithm, you'll have guys playing Madden, and I'll just go to their comments, and it's like, "Oh, you're losing, you suck." And I'm like, dude, people will just go to people's stream just to shit talk. And when you're playing a game that's strategy based like League, or a strategy based game like Diablo, you almost expect those types of people to find their way into your comments, and you really haven't, from what I've noticed, had that yet.
Yeah, it's I'm like I said, I'm still in like a disbelief of the fact that I've not been flamed that much, because I don't consider myself like, a great player or anything. I'm actually pretty average, like, and I make that clear up front. But I don't think anybody's hopped into the Twitch chat and been like, you suck or whatever. We've had a couple people flame in the lobby.
Yeah,
Like
of course.
I dropped it once. I like, in the pregame lobby, I'm like, hey, check us out. Come chat a little bit. And this one guy was like, because I was streaming like a normal game, wasn't ranked or anything, just having some fun.
Yep.
He absolutely started flaming me. He's like, "You're streaming a normal game? Why you streaming a normal game?" I'm like, man, I'm just enjoying the game,
Yeah.
having a good time.
Exactly. I even on a COD, I have, so I guess I could explain this to you now. So you've probably noticed on Twitch, it's not Chewin The Rag, it's Daddy Pinchworm.
Yep.
So I stream on YouTube under Pinchworm Gaming, and on COD, my clan tag is just YT to let people know I'm on YouTube, and I'll like mention chat in the lobby, and you just hear people like, "Why are you even streaming? You suck." And it's like COD is still probably the most toxic lobbies you can get into.
That's why.
And it's just like, dude, relax. So like, go to ranked if you're gonna stream. You're streaming on a regular quick play, like, and you're not even doing well. And it's like, that's why I'm not on ranked, asshole.
Yeah, it's like, man, I was like, quit flaming me. I'm not playing ranked. I'm here to lose.
Like most of mine is just to talk shit. Like I'm not. I just want to talk to people. I don't really care about doing well, unless like I'm going against somebody who's talking shit. Then it's like, well, now I have to win.
Yeah, you gotta lean forward a little bit. You're
Yeah,
like,
yeah.
get going.
I'll mute my mic. I'm like, I'm not talking anymore. Sorry, chat.
Focused in. It's funny. I'm pretty bad about. I guess I prioritize chatting
Right.
more than gaming. So I'll be in the middle of doing something, all in, and look to the chat like, hey, what's thank you. Well, and I'm dead. But every now and then you'll hear us when we're playing League, everybody goes silent. And you can just watch. Everybody's like hyper focused and completely into the game.
Yeah, there's always like those moments where you could tell, like, okay, they're zoned in. Chat's like, oh, you're not answering me anymore. It's like, give me 2 minutes. I just gotta focus on this right here. How old are you?
I am 26.
Okay, you look 18, so that's why I asked.
Yeah.
I mean, I'm 30. I don't look 30. I don't think so.
No, not at all.
Thing. It's the same thing. I was like, oh, you got into it young, and I'm like, okay, no, you're 26. It's about normal.
Yeah, I'm a bit of a baby face.
Yeah, that's all it is. That's why I don't shave. I'm afraid. But let me see. What were we just talking about before that? I'm all over the place.
That's how we are too.
So before we started recording, you mentioned you got in a motorcycle wreck.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So
we'll call it that.
So it happened. What month were we? Are we in June? You were in June. So the wreck actually happened, I would say 2 years ago in July. So
yeah.
And man, it's been wild. Like I just got a webcam last week, and I kind of explained the story on stream a little bit. I've got this little scar on my head and in my chin, in my arm. It's it's funny. So well, it's not funny. I got hurt, but so the night before, we all went to we all hung out with some friends. My fiance, she went to one of her friends' bachelorette parties. So the next morning she was still there, and I just went out for a ride. And I didn't ride fast. I kind of just coasted along, man. It's a Harley, just enjoying a little bit of wind in your face.
Mm-hmm.
And I don't know what happened, but my back tire like kind of popped up on me. I don't know if there's like a little dip in the road. I mean, the part of Kentucky I'm from, the roads aren't great.
Yeah, right.
So back tire popped up when I went to settle it. It like fishtailed. And I was in a curve, so I had to make this kind of decision. Do I want to be pinned under the bike in a curve, or do I want to kind of bail off the bike? I bailed off the bike. And I think it all happened so fast, but I think what happened was my elbow hit the asphalt and drug.
Mm.
And then my face, chin, all that. But the wildest part about this is I stand up. I'm starting to try like get my bike like up. Here I am with my elbow like completely messed up. I'm over here making sure my bike still starts, like try revving it up with one hand.
Yeah.
I'm asking the EMTs or whatever. I'm like, am I going to be able to go to work tomorrow? Because like I'm one of those people. I go to work, just I make sure I call my boss. I'm like, you might need to find somebody to fill in for me tomorrow. But I'm over here and I'm onto the side of the road. I'm denying the ambulance because ambulances are expensive. So I'm like, I'll just wait.
Yeah.
And a cop comes. And this guy makes me do 2 field sobriety tests. Now, little known fact about me, I am straight edge. Don't smoke, don't drink, no drugs, all that good stuff.
Yep.
So here I am getting a field sobriety test with a head injury. The first one he gives me He's like, tilt your head back, count to 20, balance on one leg, and hold your arms down to your side. And I count to 20 too fast. Now, mind you, after I wrecked, I chugged a Red Bull that was in my saddlebag. So I just chug a Red Bull. So I'm heart rate's up, adrenaline's pumping. He records it on his phone like 13 seconds. He was like, "You counted that too fast." I was like,
Oh,
"No shit, no shit." Like,
yeah.
he gives me another one. He makes me do some kind of balancing thing, and I'm like, "Man, hell about this." I'm like, "You take my blood, you run my blood. If you find something, you do whatever you want to." But it was a time, and little did I know I had to have elbow surgery, have like a little plate in my arm, and the road back to gaming after that was kind of weird because I had to keep my arm in like a 90 degree for like
Yeah.
a couple months, man. It
Ugh.
was it was wild. And I still have some problems here and there, but
It's it's insane that like the first thing a cop thinks after wrecking a bike of all things, because it's not like a car accident where you're got a little bit more protection. After wrecking a bike, your elbow clearly you could probably holding it at an angle, it hurts. And he's like, "How about you put him down to your side and count to 20 for me?" It's like, dude.
like, man, I didn't have a helmet either, which bad mistake on my part.
Yeah, I
Wear a
mean that
helmet.
one's on
Wear a
you,
helmet.
but
Wear a helmet. But it's like you see I'm bleeding, and I mean I'm like blood's you know in those movies where like somebody has a head injury and just blood's like
blood's
all down their
yeah.
face.
Yeah.
That's kind of what I look like. So it wasn't like one of those things like, did you bump your head? It's like, no, the
Yeah,
head
like
got bumped.
it's cracked. Like you can see those are
So
always like I cracked my head at a super young age, and like just having that is so because even if it's not bad, it looks bad. You're bleeding from your head, so it's like, dude, can I just get this taken care of and then do what we gotta do? Or no, all right, I'll hop on one foot for you.
I mean, I was baffled. I was so confused because here I am, like just blood everywhere, and I'm just like, I'm having to balance on one leg right now.
Right, like you know why you're here, right?
And I didn't even call him. I didn't call anybody. There was a truck that pulled up after like I mean, it was like 15 seconds after the wreck, and he called
Right,
everybody, which thankful. That's good.
yeah.
But it's like I didn't even call any of these people. They're all over here like interviewing me, and the EMS is trying to force me to go. And I had to beg them for like a bandage because they're like, we can't give you anything if you get in this ambulance. I'm like, you can't even give me like some
Yeah, it's
gauze or
just
something.
anything at all. Like I don't spit on it for all I care. Just cover it up.
Like I'll put the $30 or whatever you want to charge me for this band-aid. Just give me something.
Yeah, give me anything at all. I just don't want to pay you guys because I know what this is gonna be. It's so expensive to do anything involving like getting you just sit on the bumper of an EMT and they might take a limb from you. Like,
You get a hospital bill itemized, and it's like breathing the air of the EMS. Like,
yeah, they're just making shit up. They're like, it's 30 steps to the room. You took 32. I'm just gonna charge you for the extra two. Like, god damn, bro, let
it's
me
like
live.
it's like we didn't account for those extra steps.
Just let me die here. I don't care.
Yeah,
I'm
that
not
was where I was
paying
at.
it.
It's funny because one of the guys that's in my stream chat a lot, he I work with him, and I called him. I'm like, hey man, you think you could cover for me tomorrow? He's like, I don't know what's going on. I'm like, I got in a wreck. Like, no, I mean, I was downplaying it to everybody. Like, I was like, it's
Yeah.
not even that bad.
Yeah. Meanwhile, your arm, you can't move it. It's like I'm fine.
It's fine. It's fine. No big deal.
Yeah, it's fine. Oh man. So, because obviously you play on PC,
Yep.
that had to be you mentioned it, but just even still, because you, what do you have there now? Do you have any a plate there still, or is it you still
Yep.
got that in there? So,
So, actually, like, it's when I first kind of was coming back from it, it took a couple months to kind of even get to the point to where it was almost like you had to like rock your arm a little bit every day just to get a couple degrees of movement.
mhm.
And then gaming, I think, kind of helped out a little bit because I could like move in that elbow with the mouse and stuff. It kind of helped I guess rehabilitate to that point of where I could get it mostly straight.
Okay.
And it was difficult. I still get some pain out of it sometimes. I have a plate there. But actually I can't even move it. Like you close the hatch of a vehicle.
Yep. Yep. Yeah.
For whatever reason, that is something like that it still causes me so much pain. I can
Oh,
pack like
really?
3 cases of water, fine, no pain. But closing a hatch, it's like
Uh,
it's weird. So,
now is this so like for me, I'm right-handed. If I had to use my mouse in my left hand, I wouldn't be able to do it. That's how not left-handed I am. Like I can't do it. Are you similar to that? Was it the hand you would typically use the mouse?
it is. But funny enough, I used to race motocross too,
Oh, okay.
and I actually broke this arm once before when I was like 11 and had to have rods put in. So I kind of had to get used to using my left hand during that because that was a much longer injury.
Yeah, right.
So, but I actually kept the mouse on the right side, and it was. I think
Still,
I want to say I started playing some RuneScape again, and then I started trying to play Apex with it, and I was just getting dominated in
yeesh,
Apex with
yeesh.
this bad. I'm already awful at Apex,
Yeah.
so trying to play with like a messed up arm, it wasn't any fun.
No, not Apex, especially. You're constantly just like whipping whipping around. Like it's not worth it at that point. Go to like Minecraft where you can kind of chill for a little bit.
Yeah, damn, that's what I should have done. Maybe played some Minecraft.
Oh man. No, I literally I can't do so I've trained MMA, whatever. And like I can switch stances, I can fight that way. But like you asked me to hold a spoon with my left hand and I'm dropping it. I literally I can't imagine doing something to my right hand because I would just be useless.
It's that like muscle memory, like the
It's
constant routine.
yeah. Yeah. So every day that's what I'll do. I'll just write my name with my left hand every day until I can do it. The most useless exercise ever at 30. I'm never gonna need that as a
No.
skill. Just make my life more difficult for 10 minutes for no reason at all.
Yeah, it's like let's forget all that, man.
So
Oh.
what made you want to start streaming? Obviously, you've probably played games, it sounds like, for a while. What made you think like, oh, I could probably stream this?
Um, so I played games as a kid. Like, most people our age at this point is you grew up playing a little bit of games.
Right.
Most people. Um, so I've always wanted to do something with that. Not make it a career, but just always wanted to do more with it.
Right.
I tried making YouTube videos when I was like 15. They're still on YouTube somewhere. I think it was Fallout videos. But
Okay.
so, but here recently, we've been playing so consistently. Like I'm kind of on a good schedule playing that my fiance, she was like, "Why don't you just start streaming?" I was like, "Well, I'm not good enough and I'm not funny enough. Like nobody wants to watch me." She's like, "Well, you might be surprised." So I'm still kind of getting used to this because for one, I hate hearing myself talk.
Yep.
But I'm sure you have to listen back hours of podcasts.
Yep.
You almost get kind of used. It's almost like now I hear myself as somebody different almost. So I had to get over that hurdle, but it's just like the enjoyment. Like I truly enjoy. I'm bouncing around a little bit too. Sorry.
Oh, that's fine. I mean, we literally opened up with streaming, and I was like, "So tell me about your motorcycle accident." So I don't do segues. We just do it. It's fine.
But so I had to get over some hurdles and try to figure out how I was going to do it because it's something I wanted to do for a while. But I mean, everybody wants to stream. Everybody
Right.
wants to make content.
Yeah.
But I really wanted to make it something that everybody says make it a community too. But I just wanted to make it like a space for everybody to pop in and chat. So you can use the overused word community. That's really what I wanted to do. Bring some people together, have some friends. Um, and eventually I hope it grows to the point to where we can have like these big community like play nights and stuff, like
Yeah.
fill up lobbies of whatever game we're playing and say, hey, let's just all chat and give each other hell for a little while.
Yeah. No, it's good. And like yours especially, just to touch on that, is you do a good job at like when I popped in, for example, you were like, "Hey, check out Chewin The Rag," blah blah blah. Like you instantly name dropped, and I'm not trying to like, oh, I'm gonna go snag followers from him, but like you immediately were like, "Hey, I'm gonna be on this soon. Why don't you guys go give it a listen?" So like the word community is a pretty much a good word for it. And that's exactly what this is, to be honest. It's like I do solo episodes, obviously I have them, but I don't really enjoy them as much as talking to you or like putting your stuff out there and helping other people just grow their shit. So same kind of thing, just different platform for it.
Yeah, I mean, I think you've said it perfectly. That's really what that's I'm all about sharing the love. Like, so anytime, like, you pop in, I want my people to follow, absorb any content you have. Like, any content creator that comes into my channel, I want them to feel like they can kind of talk about it. Some people like
Right.
don't talk about it. Don't know. Pop in here. Tell me what kind of YouTube videos you make. Tell me if you stream. Tell me if you make a podcast. And I'll send my people over. We might not be able to send a lot. I mean, you might get 3 new listeners or 3 new
Right.
followers, but I want it to be like a big web of just we all support each other. And I've had a few people do the same for me, and like the small streamer, small content creator space is it's been helpful. It's been nice.
Yeah, it's I mean, at this point, like you said, everybody kind of wants to do it. Everybody kind of can do it now. It's so easy and accessible that like gatekeeping and being a weirdo about it's not really gonna benefit anybody. Like,
Exactly.
congrats, you hit record and now you're better than me. I guess I don't know what to tell you. Like, I don't care. Just drop your name here. Let's just play together. Don't be a dick about it.
It's like those people, not to like call anybody out or anything, but it's like they'll have their channel, hardly any followers, and they're like, don't do this, don't do that, don't do this, don't do
Yeah,
that, don't do that. It's like, well, how about we let people do some of these things and have a good time while doing it,
yeah.
you
Maybe they'll
know?
stick around if you stop having all these nonsense rules. There's a reason you have no followers. Like, not that followers are like the end all be all, because if even if you have just like 5 people that are always there, they're at least you have those 5 people.
Yeah.
But you're gonna get more the more welcoming you are. Being a dickhead is just not gonna work out for anybody.
And that's kind of like you said, the 5 people. That's something I like to really highlight and try to retain is I feel like the value of having that one person coming in consistently over 30
Mm-hmm.
new followers is like it outweighs it greatly to me. That's why I try to like talk to every individual person, find out about them, like, and learn a little bit about who they are and why they check me out, why do they stay.
Yeah, same for me. I'm like for the podcast, for example, the YouTube channel, you'll always if you go to all my videos, there's usually at least 2 guys who are always commenting on every video. And like they're personal friends of mine, but at the same time, like they don't have to listen to me talk because they're personal friends of mine. They probably know all these stories. It's like more of a reason not to listen to me, not ramble. But it's cool that like I recognize their name every single time pop up, and it's like, all right, so that's consistent. I'd rather that than 30 people check out a video once and then never come back after that video.
Yeah, it's like you said, your friends. My friends have been so supportive, which I was a little weird about at first. Like I was like,
Yeah.
should I tell these real life people that I am streaming? But they've been, God, man, I honestly I'm so thankful for all the support I've received so far. It's wild.
What made you choose Twitch? Is it just that's the largest streaming platform and the most notable like noticeable, or
Um, this might sound a little corny, but like I said, I try to get in content creation as a teenager.
yeah,
And I remember when Twitch was it Justin TV or something like
it
that, I
was
want to say.
something similar. There was something like that. It was something weird.
Yeah. Um, and I remember when it wasn't Twitch. And I think when it was first started kind of getting its traction, I was like, I want to do that. That's so cool to be able to like stream your live games and talk to
Yeah.
people. I want to do that. And it's almost like I think it's almost the nostalgia of that it's Twitch. I want to become an affiliate on Twitch.
Yeah.
It's I think I'm a little bit blinded by that because there's YouTube now. There's Facebook and Kick but it's Twitch is like the OG to me. Twitch is the space that I used to watch a lot of people on. I spent so many of my hours on Twitch. So now I want to be a part of that community for better or for worse, I guess.
Yeah. Yeah. No, I mean, you got the affiliation. So I mean, it worked. Obviously it's working. You're like you said, fairly new to it. Um, so it's definitely not a bad thing to be blinded by, in your terms, by that, you know. I mostly use YouTube, but I have the Twitch. I should probably just stream from there a couple times a week as well. It's hard because I'm not on PC. Um, I use a PlayStation, so you can only use one service at a time, which is pretty annoying. But I don't think it's a bad thing to have like that, almost like nostalgia feeling, I guess is what it would be for that Twitch, to be like, I want to make partner with Twitch. It's still a goal, and I was just curious. I wasn't sure because I know a lot of people have different reasons for using different platforms. Um, Twitch is, when you think streaming games, you think Twitch, so it's smart.
Yeah, and like you said, like the multi streaming. It's I thought about that for a second. Um, because I'm like I said, I'm still new. So I thought
Yeah.
about should I stream to Twitch, YouTube, and something else all at once. But then I became affiliate on Twitch, and you can't like stream to YouTube and Twitch at the same time. I
Uh
can stream to YouTube if I want to, but it can't be during a live Twitch stream.
I
So
didn't
now
know that.
that yeah, so now that option's kind of taken away to do both at the same time, and I don't have enough time in my schedule to try to dabble in another platform now.
Yeah, no, I wouldn't.
Yeah,
I didn't know that that was a thing. That's interesting.
yeah, it's
Oh,
it's it's all kinds of weird. I probably need to read over the stuff a lot more, but that's one of them. You can stream to other platforms as long as it's not parallel with
I mean, I
Twitch.
guess it makes sense if you're Twitch, you don't want that at the same time. So I guess I do get it, but I didn't even that didn't even occur to me when I was talking about it. That's interesting.
Yeah, it's all these like platforms that you can stream from all have this built-in like multi-stream thing, like stream to all these places.
Yeah.
But I think they all allow it, but Twitch.
Oh,
I want to say so. It's for better or for worse.
yeah. I mean, as long as it's working, like, and it's not like you're chained. You know, if you really felt like it wasn't what you thought, then you could always move. But no sense now. You're kind of seem like you got the ball rolling, and you're getting a little bit of a following. I found you. Granted, it was from the Discord, but still found it,
Yeah.
and it got you into that Discord. So no, nothing wrong with that on your end. I don't know.
Which it was so I saw you post that message and I was like, you know, that seems that seems like a fun experience.
Yeah,
And now
it's
here we
weird.
are. And man, I was so nervous about coming on. Like,
Nah, there's no. It's like what was the word you used? Giddy. Like
giddy up.
it's still just a conversation. It's fun. It's like it's good nerves because I'm not gonna sit here and be like, no, you tell me this. It's like I don't even know what the fuck's going on half the time over here. So it's like just talk and ramble and bullshit and nothing to be. I had another person through that Discord too, so it's pretty cool that people actually like responded to that because I was just like, if anybody wants to hop on and record, I'd be happy to watch your stuff. And I don't want to sound rude or call anybody out, but a couple people reached out that I didn't. I'll just leave. I didn't. Yeah. So the fact that I did, not like it's a fucking big like status thing, but it does mean I did like actually like your stuff and what you're doing to have you on here, because there are people that I watch and they're nice people, but it's like I don't know if I want to attach me to that.
Yeah.
Like
I get that.
I just did a whole episode on like laziness, and there's some guys who want that title of being affiliated by somebody, and but you have a strict schedule. You're what, Monday through Friday, 7 p.m.
So I think I started out originally like aiming for 7-ish,
Mm-hmm.
but it's just 10. So it's Monday through Friday about 7:30, but Tuesday and Thursdays I kicked that back a little bit because I think I've got it set to 8 right now because I run on those days when I get home.
Okay.
So, but yeah, it's pretty strict about the Monday through Friday.
Yeah, no, that was like the first thing that I liked, because I went to your channel, I was able to see like how often you stream, what time, and it was like, okay, he's pretty consistent on that. And then a couple nights a week I popped in, you were always on at that time, and it was like that was cool to me. So that was one of the big things that's just one of the things that I'm big on is consistency. I hate even myself, like if I have to skip an episode, I've only had to do it once, but I'm like, ah, it sucks. Now I'm back a week. And it's like, so like just being consistent as a creator is huge.
And I think that's really where I have like kind of the discipline to go after that consistency because
Yeah.
that was one thing that I kind of told myself from the get was I wasn't going to be one of those people that I'm streaming Monday and now I'm streaming Saturday and
Yeah.
here's a live stream at 2 a.m. in the morning just because I was playing games, like so I wanted to really make the consistency like a key part of what I was doing in all aspects of it. If I do something a certain way, then the people can expect that going forward.
Right. Exactly. And that's kind of why like the pinchworm gaming thing. Like I don't promote that as heavy. I'll promote it on here. Like if you do like games, I do stream, but I'll never promote like I'm a streamer because I'm so inconsistent. Like I am one of those people who's like, why am I on at midnight and not streaming? It's like because nobody cares. That's why if you want to know.
It's me and my fiance the other day. We had a conversation too, and I was like, "Am I a streamer now? Like I stream, but am I a streamer?
Mm,
And it was like, I guess I do make some money from it now, but it's like
yeah,
not much. So
right.
I'm like, I was like, I don't think I should say I'm a streamer just yet.
Yeah, no, I think it's like stand-up comedy. When you start going to like open mics, you're like, I'm a comic. It's like, well, you go to open mics. You're not really a stand-up. Like, you tell a couple bad jokes for 5 minutes, but you're not a stand-up comic.
It's like people go to that place because of the place.
Yeah,
And you just
exactly.
happen to be there. Instead, I
Right.
feel like that's my stream right now. People come to Twitch not because of me, but because Twitch is there. I'm
I don't
basically
know.
open mic night.
Yeah, that's exactly. Yeah, like I wouldn't say, "Oh, I'm a podcaster." It's like I have a podcast. I'm not a podcaster, no way. And it's weird because like stand up as an example, you kind of could tell like the next step. Like for us, when do we get to call ourselves that? Because I
Yeah.
don't fucking know.
I think the only next step is like it becomes a full time job. And it's
Yeah,
like,
I guess that's
and what's so weird about like, I guess content creation and making it a full time job is I feel like everybody always has that point to where it's like, I don't think I can go any further without quitting my job, but I don't make
yeah.
enough to
Yep.
and
Yeah.
if I ever get to that point, that will terrify me.
Yeah, I don't. If I have to make a decision, it's like, oh, can I just go back to when this was like 15 listeners and I was bullshitting? I don't want.
Yeah.
I don't want this. And it's like, yeah, no, that's if honestly, just throw me like a lump sum check, so make it easy for me. Don't make me have to decide. just, just pay me up front. I promise, I'll do what I can.
Yeah, it's like I got to get on every day or I don't get paid.
Mm, no, just pay me up front. Give me like a Joe Rogan deal. Just give me 100 mil.
That would be nice. Hey, Twitch. Listen, I know you got bigger content creators on their platform, but
I promise I'll try harder. I don't know what to tell you. That's all I can give you. It's a
I'll stream on Saturdays.
yeah. Uh, uh, the we were talking about something right before that.
Shoot.
I don't know. This is what I always do, and then I just ramble into something else, which is how we got into your motorcycle accident. It's like, what were we talking about before that? Oh well, it's not important. But it's funny with the your stream too because uh, is that your daughter that pops in?
Yeah, so she's my stepdaughter, but
Okay.
she's my daughter.
Yeah, yeah.
So she's fun. She actually drew. I was you in the stream the night that she drew like the pictures and we showed them on stream.
You did a callback to that. I missed the actual drawing. You did a
Just scroll.
callback. Yeah.
So she doesn't fully understand what I'm doing when I'm
Yeah.
streaming. So she watches a lot of YouTube. So she has drawn these pictures and it's like a YouTube button and a YouTube thumbs up, like the little thing. And
Yeah.
at the end of our videos, a lot of them says, the whole like, comment, subscribe, turn the bell on.
Yep.
And one of them, she drew the bell too, like in like the mouse clicking the bell.
Yeah.
So she thinks I'm YouTubing. She's like, "Are you making your YouTube videos?" And she calls me Dee. So she's like, "Are you making your YouTube videos, Dee?" So I'm like, "Yeah, yeah." And I've tried to explain I'm streaming, but she's like, it's all YouTube."
Yeah, it's all YouTube. That's literally what it is. But the reason I bring that up is because like I'll have episodes where my son, I have a 3-year-old, and it's the same thing. He'll just run into the room or he'll be coming in from outside and he'll run up. So like I always find it I actually prefer like watching people who have that because it's just more real. Like I know you're not just like secluded in a closet. Keep everybody away from me. Because literally I like and I've talked about this before, but like my son will come over and kind of similar. He doesn't really mention YouTube, but he's just like, "Are you recording?" Like he doesn't really know what I'm recording. It's just, "Are you recording?" It's like, yeah, and he'll mess with the knobs and everything. But it's just like, it's funny to see somebody else have that because you don't really see like the real part of, a streamer's life. And that's another thing that
Yeah.
made me want to do this is because like people might know you as, your Twitch, but do they know you? So like it's cool that we can have this and your Twitch viewers could see like a little bit more that side of you. You know what I mean?
Yeah, I love being transparent. That's one thing I really wanted to do too. Is just, and she can come in here anytime.
Yeah.
Like she pops in here. Hey, she pops over to the mic. She pushes me out of the way. Like, hey, everybody.
Yep.
I think the other night she said, like and subscribe, and then she ran off. And like my fiance, she'll pop in all. Like most of my people who watch, they know my fiance. Like now, like
Right.
because she'll pop in and take over and push me to the side. I got that my really chill will just go, and then they're on the mic. So, um, it's fun though, just having that, like you said, the realness.
Yeah.
Like I'll tell anybody anything about Twitch. I don't think I'm under anything either. So I'm like, hey, I'm about to run this ad.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
because Twitch wants me to run ads. So, and hey, come over here and chat a little bit, and I'll just hand the mic over, and my family can pop in anytime.
Yeah. No, exactly. Same thing. I mean, this is literally just like a cloth barricade in my like living area. It's not some studio thing. We are working on that in the basement, but as everybody who listens to me complain about it every episode, I got water down there and can't do that right now. So I just get that transparent thing here too. And I have clips of, I actually had an episode of the podcast. My son introduced it as his own. He's like, "This is Theo's podcast with Theo." And then I was like, "I guess it's yours now." So I noticed that the other night. Noticed she ran in and did the like and subscribe, and I was like, "Oh, I got to make sure I make a note of that because I deal with the same thing here. Not really deal
Yeah,
with it, but I have that same thing here."
and it. I love it too. Sometimes I'll prevent her because you never know. She'll come in here sometimes like with her shirt off, and I'm like, you got to
Mhm.
put a shirt on.
Yeah.
I've got a camera going.
Yeah.
So you'll see me sometimes like on stream. I'll just push my arm out like, wait.
Yep. Yep.
Oh, uh, she's hilarious though. I might have her stream one now. Just let her play. Let her talk to everybody.
Just yeah. No, it's fun. It is. I don't care. I mean, I think especially now because you mentioned it earlier, like everybody's making content. Everybody's so like they're gonna be exposed to it. And if you have it in the house, you might as well just have that exposure as well.
Yeah,
It's the same thing.
and she loves it. I think she enjoys watching people like his play games because on her little YouTube kids thing they play Minecraft and stuff.
Yep.
I think she enjoys watching people play games more than she actually enjoys playing the
Literally.
games.
Literally same thing here. Like I have the stream and I have everything and usually when I stream he's in bed. Um just because I don't know what I'm gonna say. So like we'll try not to expose it too much. But no, it's just easier to play the game and this is different because he'll pop in. It's mostly just normal conversation. Um, but he's not interested really. If I'm on the headset with friends, he just wants to take my headset and talk to them. and go play with his trains or something. He doesn't care about grabbing the controller at all. And like I tell my friends, I'm like, honestly, you guys are probably enjoying that more. You don't have to listen to me, and you still get me playing. So it's like you guys win, and he wins. He gets to talk to you guys.
She'll do the same thing. She doesn't try to push any buttons on the keyboard or anything.
Yeah,
She'll just want to grab the mic sometimes. And one of the guys I play with a lot and spends a lot of time on my stream, he has a couple sons, and sometimes we'll just put them all on the mic, and they'll all just you hear him going back and forth. And if there's anybody else in the Discord call, they're just hearing these kids like have full blown conversations with each other. And
yeah,
it's funny because as a kid, if I was like her age, she's 7. If I was that age and you would have put a mic like a headset on my head and I was talking to like kids around the world, I would have been baffled.
yeah,
But it's just second nature to them.
yeah.
It's
To them, it's so normal. Like same because he's similar. You watch the kids. I mean, he's only 3, so like his YouTube kids is mostly like people playing with like little action figures and stuff like that. And like so he's so used to these people talking and watching that. So when he puts a headset on, he's just talking. It's normal. But like if I was 3 and you put a headset on me and I said to have the conversation, I'm like, who are these people? Like, I
it's
would
like
have freaked out.
what are these voices? Because I mean, I'm trying to remember. At that age, they may have like had some early flip phones. Like so,
Yeah. Like
it's so gaming and all this and like what we're doing right now. It's wild,
it's
and that
insane.
these kids are just like you said, like it's nothing to them. They
Yeah, like
go.
at 3, I wouldn't have like I couldn't imagine being 3 years old and walking out and seeing my dad in New York talk to McQuaid in Kentucky. Like it doesn't make sense. But here we are.
Here we are. The world isn't so small anymore.
Literally, and it all happened, I mean, relatively fast. I mean, you had like in high school and everything, you had your Xbox 360 and whatnot, but nobody really cared about podcasts or anything like that when I was in high school, at least. Didn't really hit hard until like 2015, 2014. And then from there, it was just like a huge boom. And now everybody has a podcast.
Yeah, the podcast boom was fast because like you said about 2015.
Yeah.
I graduated in 15, and after that, I remember actively adding a bunch of podcasts to like my phone
Yep.
and still listen to some to this day that I listened at that time around that time. But it's overnight. Like it was no podcast and then boom.
Literally, like everybody, like even like businesses. There's like barbers now who are like just talking barbershops on their podcast. And it's like, I don't see why you wouldn't do that though.
Yeah, it's like another. It's like you pull in people from all directions now, and it's almost as if you're not doing multiple content sources. It's
Right.
what's the point? Like it's
It's,
crazy.
especially as a business owner. So if chances are if you own like a small business, rather not, I'm not talking like a Walmart, but if you own like a deli or like a meat market, there's like a, there's people that'll listen to you talk about your deli and meat market,
Yeah,
and they'll do it for hours. They'll be fine with listening to that. And it's like there's an audience for there's an audience for everything, and there's a podcast for literally everything.
it's like when I run, I'll usually listen to a running podcast just because they talk about things that might help on the run.
Mhm.
And if you type in running on podcast any podcast app, it's I mean thousands of podcasts based just around about running, and then you have other people who are just covering episodes of running. So
Yeah, it's it's insane. It doesn't make any sense that you you could have that. Like I wouldn't have thought of that even in high school. You wouldn't think that everything you're learning about there's going to be a podcast about in a few years. Or things that you don't know will have a podcast in a few years, like watches. There's a million podcasts about watches. And like, it's like Jesus, dude, just have your hobby.
yeah, it's it's funny because even YouTube, like the progression of YouTube, I remember hopping on YouTube, and nobody really did series. Everybody just
No.
this is the video I feel like posting today,
Yeah.
and then you had everybody like building series, and it started getting really like professional and outlined, and season 2 episode whatever of
Yeah.
this series on YouTube, and now like a podcast of such an outline to them, and I'm trying to think of other places. It's
Even like the ones that faded away, like Vine,
yeah.
just like things like that. There was always these little things in between that would sprinkle in, and it made people have to up their game. So like right now it's TikTok, and now Instagram has Reels, YouTube has Shorts. Like there's always still somehow something that jumps in and makes all these other things have to up their YouTube TV when it came to streaming. So like it's weird that despite how much we have, there's still something else started. Like Kick right now is going to be big. I'm assuming. I mean, there's giving out NBA contracts for streamers. It's
It's a competitive
insane.
market, man, and I think Kick is. It sounds like Kick is like it sounds like they're doing all the right things.
It does. I
Um,
think you have to like pay for your subscription, I believe, for them. Is that I think like so like if I wanted to subscribe to somebody on Kick, it's not just like hit the bell and follow. I think you literally pay like a subscriber fee now. I could be wrong on that.
um, I'm not sure. I think they have the follow and the subscribe system like Twitch,
Okay.
but one of the biggest things that they're doing different is the not. Have you heard about like the pay rates?
I heard I only saw like a major one. I didn't see anything like for those who aren't getting, like I said, a ball
The
player
deal.
contract.
So Twitch is like a 50-50 split,
Okay.
which is pretty brutal. I mean, so if I get a subscription from somebody, then I'm getting $2.50 in that. But Kick is like if I remember reading it right, Kick is like 95-5 or something like that, or 90-10. So that's why a lot of people are jumping ship because if you think about it, if you have a say you have 1,000 subscribers, I mean five whatever five $2,500 on Twitch.
Right.
But if you only take like half of those over to Kick with you, then you're still like the money's there. It's like
Yeah.
so it's you don't have to have as many people subscribing to make money off of Kick. It's just the thing is about YouTube. I think the reason why YouTube was so successful in Facebook and all these other places, everybody has a YouTube account.
Yep.
Everybody has a Facebook account.
Yep.
Most people have a Twitch account at this point. So you don't have to make a new account to do the thing, you
Right.
know? So to get like a new Kick follower, like the person is likely going to have to make an account if they're not already on
Right. And then they're like, what is Kick? Like
it. What
that's
is
I'm streaming. It's like, well, I have Twitch for that. I can just watch you over there. And it's like, yeah, but this is different. And it's like,
and and also like, do you remember the old messenger app called Kick?
yeah. That's the first thing I thought of. I thought it was that, to
Yeah,
be honest. Like that's what I thought. I was like, why are they getting into that? And then I looked and I'm like, oh, it's a completely different thing.
but it's
It
like
was
they're using the same color scheme, so it's a little.
literally like I swear I thought it was people are like, oh, Kick just signed or got a deal done with I don't know who it was. And I was like, what the hell is Kick? I was like the messaging app. And then I was like, oh, it's a streaming thing. Okay. And that's when I read into it. And that's when I saw like the $5 subscriber fee thing or whatever it was that I saw. And that's when I was like, oh, okay. That's like who the hell's funding these guys? Because they're I feel like they're just losing money.
I might be wrong here, but I think it's some kind of like billionaire that has like gambling services or something like that.
Okay. Yeah, that makes
So
sense.
I think there's a category on there called slots, and I think that's why it's because it's kind of.
uh
And did you see the Drake thing? They had Drake on there,
yeah. I
like gifted
like
people tons of subs and shit.
it was insane. Like that's when I like that's it was a couple weeks before that happened is when I even heard of it. And then after I heard of it, I didn't stop hearing of it, which it was just one of those things where it was like, okay, now it's constantly in my Twitter feed, and wherever. And that's when I started looking into it. I was like, okay. And then today, actually, I was just on TikTok and somebody that I follow who goes live there was promoting his Kick. I was like, he's jumping ship too. Like
A lot of people
everybody's
are.
hopping over there. I mean, I made a login today just so I could hop over to his and see what it was like. It's a pretty cool format. I kind of like it, but it's just like, do I want to download another app? That's what it comes down to.
And I think that's going to be the barrier. And I think that's why I'm kind of so scared to even try is if I so my following, I would say probably 95% of them would have to download the app because they don't
Yeah,
already have it. They have to make an account, look me up, click the follow button again, and then I wouldn't fully transition. So it's like, do they tune in on these days to Kick? Do they tune in
right.
these days on Twitch? So I hope they can be successful because I think anything is good for the market. Its competitiveness is like
Yeah,
great
yeah,
across the
100%.
board, but it's some of the top channels on there when they're streaming, they're not like pulling Twitch numbers. So
Right. That's really like that's my biggest thing. And if I have that mindset, I'm sure there's a bunch of people who are like, I don't want to download another app. It's the same thing with streaming services. Like, dude, I don't want all these streaming services. Like, I missed when it was just like, all right, I got my Netflix and Hulu. I'm good. Now everybody has a damn app.
it's crazy. There's what was that? There's one. Is it Paramount? It's like, why do y'all need your own app?
Right.
And
It's like
HBO Max and
like you guys don't need one. You're fine. Just like Peacock has one, and then there's like the really weird one that just has like these awful series that everybody makes memes of. I'm trying to think of what it is. It might be Tubi or something. I don't know, but somebody has
there's
like
Tubi.
has like these really bad shows, and it's like, why do you guys have one? You're just memes at this point. I don't know if anybody actually watches your shows.
That's why I'm really hoping that like um Apple kind of gets more shows on their thing
Yeah,
because that's the only one I want to pay for. I'm a big soccer fan, so since they got the MLS thing too, I was like, I just can Apple just go buy everything?
right. That's exactly it. Like if they could just get just one company to buy them all and just call it a day, I would be set. Like I'll subscribe to that. I don't care how much it is. Just bring it back to kind of like cable. Let's just go back to cable is what I'm saying.
Yeah, just everything's on one source. You don't have to worry about anything else.
I don't I don't know what it's going. I don't know if we'll ever get back to that point. I think it's just everything's gonna need a bunch of memory because all these companies are gonna be keeping their own apps and streaming. It'll be a lot of buyouts before we get any of that.
Yeah, it's such a weird space. And sports, man, trying to watch any sport right now is like download this app, sign in. Oh wait, you're blackout or whatever it's
Yeah.
called.
It's like so I'm a Dallas fan and I live in New York. And it's like I pretty much I just had to illegally stream the games is what it comes down to. So why am I paying for any of this? Like, and then you get YouTube TV. I don't know if you kept up. I don't know if you watch like football or American football rather, but they just partnered with the NFL for their Sunday ticket, and you're like, okay, good. It's YouTube. Maybe it'll drop the price. It's still like $400, and it's like, dude, I don't want. It's insane.
It's like it's almost like all these services and these sports they want you to. It's almost intentional. It's like you are only going to watch us on this platform, and this
Yeah,
is the only sport that you're going to watch because you can't afford to watch other sports.
yeah. Do you are you like an MMA guy, like a UFC guy at all, or
No,
no?
no.
So they partnered with ESPN Plus, so you already have to have like your $10-15 subscription to them, and then after the fact, they used to be like $60, $60 a pay per view, $50 a pay per view. They're now up to 80. So you have to have your monthly subscription, and then they have an event every like 2 weeks. If you want to pay for fights, it's $80 a fight. And it's like, dude, what are we doing here? Like,
Man, I had ESPN Plus for a while, and I didn't see the point in it because I'd go to watch a game. It's not available. Go watch ESPN. Okay. Or the next week, it's on ESPN Plus. I go to watch the game. It's oh, you can't watch this. It's
yeah,
blacked out or whatever.
it's blacked out. Sign in with your cable company. It's like I got rid of
Yeah.
cable because I have this stupid app. So like I don't what do you want me to do? I don't have that.
And
Uh
now with MLS season pass or whatever it's called for Apple, there's
yeah,
no blackouts. I can watch every single game. It's
really.
incredible, honestly. So, but football, I've not watched American football in a minute just because I've cut cable. I don't really pay for too many other subscription services. I'm an Atlanta fan, so why should I even watch the sport anyways? You know,
Yeah.
that's a story, man. Okay, so I've been a Falcon. So I'm from Kentucky. Kentucky doesn't
Yep.
have any pro teams.
Right.
Um, So, everybody kind of growing up, everybody picks whatever team around whatever.
Yep.
So I picked the Falcons. Michael Vick, was a beast.
Yeah, you can't go wrong.
So
Except you can.
except you can. And that was the mistake, was being a Falcons fan. So the year that they went to the Super Bowl and lost
Ugh.
to the Patriots, I remember I was at this little event. We was all watching it. And at halftime, everybody's coming up to me like, "Man, you've been a fan forever. Your team's gonna do it." Right. And anybody else, any other fan of any organization would probably be like, "Yeah, we've got this in the bag."
Yeah.
Falcons, I know that's just what they do. And I'm telling everybody, I'm like, no, this game is far from over. They're like, what? It's like history. It's nobody's ever done this. I said, I know. Come out in the second half, and I remember Tom Brady. I think he threw a pass down that right side,
Yeah.
and when that pass was made, I was like, it's over. They're like,
That's
yeah, y'all are winning. I'm like, no. I was like, the Falcons are going to lose this game. And since that, man, that was such a bad taste in my mouth, because how do you lose that game?
Literally, how do you lose that?
So I pulled back a little.
I would have too. I mean, I don't know how I haven't yet, being a Cowboys fan. And it's like you said, I don't have there's no pro sports issue. It was just so my family, I was just kind of born into it. And it's so funny because people are like, "Oh, you're just a bandwagon cowboy," and I'm like, "They haven't done anything in like 30 years. What am I bandwagoning?" It's like
It's
I would
like,
have left. I would have been a Chiefs fan already.
what's that word? Masochist? It's like,
Yeah, yeah,
it's like, that's the type of bandwagon you like.
yeah. That's my bandwagon. Like, you guys don't know the term bandwagon. Every team I like is popular in the 90s, and they're all garbage now.
Like, nobody's good.
Oh man. Well, we are about an hour in. I'm gonna give you this time now to kind of just plug away at your channel and tell everybody where to find you and whatnot. This was a lot of fun. I'm glad you were able to hop on and see kind of what it's like to bounce around topic to topic. It's literally all I do, so it was a lot of fun though. I appreciate it.
I appreciate it, man. Hopefully this is an all right podcast for you.
No, it definitely. We've, like I said, I've had ones where I've just rambled. I've done solo ones. I've had ones where I don't know anything about what the guy's talking about, like a toy collector. So it's hard for me to have a conversation, but I have fun with all of it. So it was a good time. I had fun. People will
Yeah.
like it.
I hope. Well, I am Absoky, Absoky. You can find me on Twitch as Absoky TTV. I have a YouTube. I need to get more with it. It's Absoky. Twitter's Absoky. But that's really all of my platforms. So big thank you to you and Chewin The Rag Pod. This has been incredible. This has been a fun experience.
Yeah, no, it was a lot of fun. And did I even tell you my name?
Chris.
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
Okay, yeah.
I'm like, we're an hour in. It's like,
Yeah.
oh yeah, I should probably tell them that. But no, it was a lot of fun, and I'll make sure in the description of this, and you'll be able to find it. Go to ChewinTheRag.com, Spotify, YouTube, Amazon Music, Google Podcasts, Apple Podcasts, all those platforms. In the description, I'll put all your channels, where people can find you. Definitely check it out. Very consistent. It's a lot of fun. It says it literally in his bio that it's got more commentary than gameplay. And we've talked about it. The chat's always active. So pop in, chat. I'll pop in a few times. It's a lot of fun. And appreciate you. I appreciate this, and looking forward to popping into a few more streams with you.
Appreciate you, man. And everybody, leave this man some good feedback and reviews, 5-star, whatever platform it is. Let him know how much you enjoy this podcast, all of his podcasts.
Yeah, I need it, honestly. I need help.
Stroke his ego a little bit.
Please. All right. Thank you again. I appreciate it. Have a good night.
I appreciate you, brother. Have a good night.